Hello everyone and welcome and to today's collective reading. Let's check the energies and see what's in the cosmos for us today. What can we tap into? Let's see what do we got today. We're starting off with the Seven of Wands. So there's some kind of an action, could even be some kind of a fight, a battle. This is protection as well. This is also standing up for what you believe in. Protect that which you care about. And the Four of Wands. Well, it's a lot of fire, but these two cards will define the reading today. So we have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands. This is pretty much speaking of protection. And being successful in that protection. So if we have some kind of a battle here, some kind of a fight between two forces, one is protecting its home and it's also winning. And since the reading is for you, I imagine this is you. How can we clarify this energy, Spirit? What do we have here? We have the Hierophant and the Hermit. The Hierophant is tradition, doing things the classic way, even mentorship, higher education, higher mind. And the Hermit is discovering things, going within and really grabbing a hold of the wisdom you have and figuring things out. Could even be investigating something here. And the two of them together, I would say somebody is learning some lessons necessary for some kind of a position of authority here. Yeah, this is almost feels like a test. Whatever this was here, you win, and then you get some kind of a spiritual title, which is the Magician. Look at that. This is Master Manifestor energy. It could potentially be picking up on the last energy we read about. So the Magician is having everything you need, also having the feeling that you know what life is about and setting goals and the plan to go towards those goals. So when we leave from the Magician energy, we're already going towards something. We might have not figured out every single problem, every little twist, but either way, everything is laid out. And then we have the Two of Pentacles here. This is change, balancing energies, getting something started. And the reason I say I think is picking up on a previous energy, we've had something like this last week, I believe. And that reading was saying something doesn't work, let me try a different way. I think this reading is saying that you tried, when you're actually successful. So you came from a different position, you have more tools, more knowledge, perhaps even more passion, more conviction that this is going to work. And then the Hermit came out again. So this Hermit is important. Something has been learned and it's absolutely necessary. Before you learned whatever this was, you probably didn't even realize how important it is. Now you've learned it and now it's almost like you're like, of course it didn't work. I didn't have everything I needed. And we have the Five of Cups. So what you have changed was, it could even be that you've raised your vibration. The Five of Cups, it's a very low vibration. It's sadness, is regret, is missing opportunities because we're too busy being regretful of other opportunities that we can no longer get back. So I feel like you have learned something. It's almost like maybe before you were attacking the problem or the goal, from a place of, oh, it's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try anyway, right? So it looks to me like that's what changed because that fell right on the Two of Pentacles here. So again, we have that switch in energy, that balancing, juggling energies even, multitasking as well. What do we have after the Five of Cups? We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so I think what you've learned here was that manifesting from a place of sadness and fear is not gonna get you very far. So these are very important lessons. I can see why that came with the Hierophant, because again, the Hierophant is doing things the proper way by the book, according to tradition. And it's almost, like the whatever the message is here, it's saying it's like a manifestation 101. Coming from a place of sadness or stress is definitely not gonna get you where you need to go. Yeah, the Six of Cups, this is a promise here. And also remembering something. It's like you remembered how to manifest properly, right? Perhaps at first you heard about manifestation, tried to learn about it and stuff. And when you try to actually put it in action, when you try to exercise it, you're like, oh my God, like, what's all this information? Like, I actually have it within. Like, I know, it makes sense. I know what to do, right? So it's definitely some High Priestess energy here as well, even though I haven't got the card, but it is about remembrance. Well, it kind of makes sense, because let's just say you even learn painting, right? It's like, okay, I wake up one day or whatever, a few days, and I'm like, okay, I want to be a painter, right? So then you start learning, you get your materials, you start practicing. At first it's hard, maybe it doesn't make sense. We go through that phase where it's like, man, this is not even real. Like, it's not working. It cannot work. But then as you exercise, as you put that work in, when it clicks, it's almost like you remember how to do it. Is when we have that aha moment. To me, that's very much, remembering the proper way that has been forgotten, throughout the current life, right? So very interesting. What's the Seven of Wands, Spirit? The Lilith Trickster. So the Lilith Trickster is that voice that tells us that we're not good enough, that we cannot accomplish some things, that it's impossible, nobody in our family line has done it. Oh my goodness, there's no way this is gonna work. It's a thought that is not yours, and it comes up right before you're about to do something big, right? It's almost like it's tripping you up. It's tricking you into forgetting your power or not realizing your power. Either way, you are protected from that. Whatever those voices, people, however it manifested, that Seven of Wands is protection. Yeah, the Five of Swords. So you have had some accomplishment over some lies. That's what the Five of Swords is the lack of authenticity. It's almost like plagiarizing something, right? Not being original. And that comes with the Four of Wands. So you have overcome it again. However, this energy manifested in your life, take it as it resonates. But you have definitely overcome some very painful, negative thoughts or people or situations. Let me just get a card. And how the collective overcome this? Page of Cups, but it came up in the reverse. You grew up emotionally, and that's how you dealt with the Five of Cups there. What about, yeah, right? It's like you realize that emotions can come and they can also be released. You can let go of them. They, as a matter of fact, they actually disappear on their own if you allow them, if you feel them. What about the Nine of Swords here? The Ace of Cups. So once you realized that the sadness, the negativity, perhaps the regret, the feeling sad was holding you back, it's like the stress just melted away with the Ace of Cups. That just got cleansed. So see how connected this Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords are to each other. This one is sadness. You can tell even by the picture, she's a mess. She feels like she's never gonna be happy again. In the same I think it's the same character. Okay, it's another. I think it's a different one. But the Nine of Swords is stress, right? Fear, irrational fear, painful thoughts that keep us up at night. And see, you deal with the sadness, the stress just melts away. Because they are related, right? They are all in the shadow, like pulling the strings, and And sadness really will lead you to stress, because when you're sad, you can only experience like half of life, right? Like you don't experience the good part of life. Oh, I'll pick those up later. Oh my goodness. But we have the Queen of Pentacles, so this is definitely, balancing energies, grounding the truth, and also taking good care of yourself, also being very realistic, right? And that's opposed to the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords, it's irrational fears. The Queen of Pentacles is being rational, looking at at things, and not giving into those fears that do not even belong to us a lot of the times. What else do we have here? And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you are new, perhaps, to this journey here. You've never done things this way, but you are now, and it's working. I can see it here. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to change decks here because I dropped all my stuff. What do we have with the Magician? The Page of Swords. So you've learned how to manifest. That's what this is. The Page of Swords is like a student learns from others, before it develops its own system of thinking. Yeah, so I don't know if you've studied this or, you learned it from your guides, but whatever it was, you definitely got this. Yeah, and with that Four of Wands right at the beginning of the reading, I mean, that's success, that's rite of passage even, right? Oh my God, the Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles. So you changed a little thing and it led you to something very big. So the Two of Pentacles is change, adapting to new energies here, right? And what you have changed was the sadness here, which cleaned away the stress. And now we're going into legacy. It's like the top of all manifestation. The Ten of Pentacles, you know what you're doing. Like, my God, you got it. Yeah, it's like getting an A++ at life. What do we have with the Hermit? Yeah, this is definitely learning here. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. Okay, so with the Hermit, they are saying we will write about the achievement here, and that's why you got that title. And a spiritual title, it doesn't have to be something the world recognizes. It's something that you're very good at, you're like a pillar of that energy, of allowing that specific energy to manifest through you, right? So yeah, it's like manifestation incarnated, if you will. Obviously, like, there's more to you than just your manifestation, but you get what I'm saying here. And it's not even really like you've learned it, you actually understand it, because that's what the High Priestess does, right? She has the information, it comes to her from the outside, but also from within. It's like she synthesizes wisdom and knowledge, right? So knowledge is when you know things basically on paper, logically. Wisdom is when you practice that knowledge, it becomes understanding, aka the High Priestess. Very powerful energy. What do we have with the Five of Cups? Ooh, the Eight of Swords, but it's being released. Look at this. Look at this. So you were in that Eight of Swords, which is boxing your own mind and having to get out of your head, to overcome some bondage that is not even as powerful as we think it is, right? So normally the Eight of Swords is just the character here. She's being all bound up, imprisoned, if you will, in her own head. Here she's being released. So you overcame it, right? Damn, I like this. Yes, the Six of Swords, you made it onto the other side. That's it, you're good. You are so good. What do we have with the Nine of Swords? The Nine of Swords, we have the Six of Cups here, and it came up in the reverse. So once you remembered how to deal with your sadness, how to release it, and the regret, you perhaps remember that life is more about what you make of it, and if you keep reliving a painful past, you're never gonna make anything of it, right? So this was in the reverse. Now we have it in the upright. Again, the Six of Cups is very important. It's a promise, it's a remembrance, It's something that's very dear and near to us. Okay, it's something that we also protect a lot of the times. This is the nuggets of information that we don't have access to until we truly grow up, until we really clean up that shadow. It's always like hidden underneath all the mud and stuff, right? Yeah, the Four of Swords. Yeah, you hang on to that information, right? It was buried deep inside you. See how dealing with your emotions really, it can change a person's life. Emotions affect us so much, and often they just drop into our subconscious and we forget about it, or like we're so good at hiding our own emotions from ourselves. And it's a whole, like major part of our life, of our energy that we need to come in contact with and free this information that we have. All right, Spirit, just tell us, what else do we need to know here? Exam, look, see, I told you this was a test. This was a freaking test. Exam, look at this. Diagnostics, certificates, election, and registration. That's it. You've registered to the Master Manifester energy. It's your title. You got it now. Yeah, and even if it's not manifestation in general, it's something that you wanted to do. You tried something, it didn't work. You might have got discouraged, went towards it from a different angle, and now you're successful because you remembered important information. Is basically what this reading is, if I was to sum it up. Gratitude, appreciate, thank you, and cherish. Look at this. So, let me see what is with this gratitude, because I feel like something did teach you, whether it's like an internal guide or but there is something, like, I mean, you learned this information from somewhere, even if you remember then. Ignore, focus, detox, overlook. So somebody told you to ignore something, or to not ignore your sadness, perhaps. Surprised unexpectedly, another way beyond imagination. So you know what, I think also you have gratitude because something you ignored, maybe for a long time, you went back to it, you took a look at it again, and you're very, very grateful because that's what you found, an unexpected way to solve this problem or to accomplish this goal that you're looking to accomplish here. Letter delivery. Oh my God, see, this was a message. I don't know, I feel like it's somebody outside of yourself, maybe even that, kind of gave you, the bits and pieces of the situation, and with the message and delivery, or it could be, again, your guides, like pass down a message to you through some medium or another. But either way, I feel like you're very, very grateful for this. Yeah, the treatment, healing, comfort, surgery, and repair. Oh my goodness. So you learning something literally healed you. Something was broken. You were overlooking it. You were looking for the answer in a different place. Some kind of message came to you. You looked at that message, you filtered it through your consciousness. You're like, okay, it makes sense. I'm going to try it. You tried it. It worked. And you remember the whole lot of information about perhaps even what you want to do in life. Like, it feels like it's, almost like an axiom, if you will, or, one of those informations that you can base your entire life on. Right? Every once in a while, we develop a system that is so authentic. It like literally works for us. We use it in this lifetime. We pass it on to our children, to, whoever we teach, is very much that kind of information, we also take this deep information, these pillars of information, we take them with us, obviously, in the next lifetime or whatever, each of us choose to go next. But yeah, either way, it was this is healing. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, wow, what an energy. Whoever you are, you're part of the new earth, just so you know. Like, obviously but I just thought I would remind you. Like, this is so clean, so advanced. Yeah, that's what it is. Such an advanced consciousness. Like I feel at home even talking to you. Yeah, follow and comply. See, follow instructions. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I don't know if your higher self again gave you these instructions. Is giving something about the North Node as well. Follow the true North rules, laws, and unwritten rule. This is the Hierophant, right? This is whatever taught you, or whoever or whatever. Yeah, you follow the instructions. Sunset. You know what? With the sunset here, decline, faith, and aging, and family, roots, bloodline, togetherness, one way or another. It's possible this message came from your ancestors, right? So from ancestral energies, something that came before our current awareness. Secrets, codes, treasures. Yeah, look at this. Perseverance, good fortune, yin and yang, and ambition, right? Because you wanted to give up. I think it's connected to a reading that I don't think is the last one. I'll try to link it, at least on YouTube. Wow, this is so nice. Prosperity. See, that's that 10 of Pentacles, right? That information that we pass to even, like next generation, something that really works. It makes sense. It's grounded. It's got roots. It stands the test of time. Eternity. Look at this. So I don't know, you developed some kind of a system for the manifestation of some energy, and I feel like it helps. Like just the fact that you're doing it at this time, on this planet right now, it has repercussions. I hope you're going to be able to see these repercussions, but even if you don't, the collective energy is affected by this. It's all over it. Like I got no doubt. Oh, they want to use these ones. All right, well, Spirit, do you want to maybe give us an advice? Yeah, not for you. This is what you overcame. That was that sadness and that fear. So it's almost like, you wanted to do something and something inside you was like, no, that's not for you, like you're not good enough. You cannot reach that, right? And again, we have the six, like with the Six of Cups, and you remember that you can and you don't need permission. Message in a bottle. Oh my God, message in a bottle. Like it's all about something giving you a message and you following through, and now you're so grateful because things work. The fates. Happy, happy, happy. See, because also it's your fate to be happy. It's that's the energy that wants to be with you at this time. It's an energy of happiness and joy. Milk and honey, happiness and joy. Yeah, with the observer here is like that's, what your spark wants to experience. Yeah, I was gonna go onto a tangent again, but we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, to be fair, so it's justice, right? So everything is good. It's working with that breathe, as long as it breathes, it's working. By the book, that's that Hierophant here again. Nice. Beautiful. Well, let's see. Did they actually give us an advice here? I don't feel there was even an advice in there. So let's try to pull one from somewhere else. Yeah. This one. Okay, let's do the Chinese zodiac. Water dragon, manifesting your dreams. I cannot. It is about manifestation. So the advice here is make sure you go after the things you actually really dream of, that really call to you, like dream big, because when you have the ability to manifest, might as well like manifest amazing stuff. Amazing. That's what helps you and everybody else as well. Earth rat, change your mindset. That's what you've done. You've dealt with that sadness, and then the mindset switched from that stress and fear, irrational fear. Water sheep, wait and listen. That's the message you are getting from, again, I don't know what this is. Could be an ancestor, spirit, your higher self, your inner self, could be anything. Even our shadow helps us. That's why we do shadow work, so we can work together with our shadow to manifest our dreams. And the last one, we have Earth Rabbit, in harmony with the season. Yeah, so Spirit is saying freaking amazing that you got this gift going on right now, because we're trying to change the Earth, you know, we're trying to change our consciousness so we can freaking finally work together and have some fun, you know, like good sparks that we are. Water Tiger, a reset is coming. Boom, confirmation. All right, you guys, I could keep on going with this. Oh my God, again, that love, appreciation. You know, process, see the growth, the journey, and then flexible, bend that don't break, shift with grace. So you've definitely gone through a shift here. Absolutely. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this collective reading at this. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will catch you all in the next one.